Hi, welcome to the Board Game Nexus. I'm your host, Anthony.
And I'm Francis, and today we are playing Ark Nova.
So, will Ark Nova live up to all the hype?
Let's find out. But first, let me take you to the primer. In Ark Nova, players compete to build scientifically sound zoos by building enclosures, acquiring animals, and engaging in important conservation projects. Players start the game with one of multiple zoo foundation options and 5 base action cards aligned from 1 through 5. The space the card occupies signifies the strength of the action, and the card simply describes the action. Once the action is taken, the card moves to the first spot, and everything else slides to the right to fill the void. There are 5 actions in the game. The first allows players to play animal cards from their hand and sometimes from the display. Animal cards require enclosures to play when taking the animal's action. Each animal may have special requirements regarding the size of the enclosure, the terrain it must be adjacent to, any special habitat which can accommodate the animal, the cost, as well as special requirements to place it in your zoo. The card also depicts an animal category and continent. If you have an association with a zoo in the animal's continent, the cost is reduced by 3. The symbols on the card can have synergy with other cards in your zoo, regardless of association. The second action, Acquire Cards, allows players to draw cards from the deck or, in some cases, the display. These could be animal cards, sponsor cards, or conservation cards. The third action is to build an enclosure, at a cost of 2 money per enclosure hex. When building, players place enclosure tiles adjacent to existing enclosure tiles in a variety of sizes. The fourth action is to perform an association task. Using this action, players can increase their reputation, which may grant bonuses and makes more display cards available when taking the Draw Cards action. They can also gain a partner zoo on another continent, which makes animals less expensive to acquire, gain a partner university, which grants bonuses, and finally, do conservation project work. Conservation projects are cards that grant in-game bonuses for meeting certain requirements. The last action a player can take is to play sponsor cards. Sponsor cards consist of all types of thematic passive bonuses. Like animal cards, they can have requirements to play as well as minimum action strength requirements. They sometimes grant immediate bonuses like special enclosures and even endgame bonuses. Throughout the game, players gain conservation points while also gaining appeal in their park. The 2 tracks have opposing directions, and as players gain traction on either, their pawns move closer together. When the pawns cross, the game ends. Players get points for their endgame goal cards, as well as some tableau bonuses, and the difference between the 2 pawns is the player's final score. Will Ark Nova live up to all the hype? I'm so unhappy about this. Find out now as we show you how it plays.
All right, welcome back to Ark Nova.
Welcome to our barren parks.
Well, it's not a barren park. I'm like, wow, we're got the wrong game on the table right now.
Not like
but,
that,
but
Barren Park.
actually, Barren Park is a tile placement park
It is
building
a
game for
just for bears.
It's like more micro.
Yeah, it's
But
not where I
That was
intended
totally
to go
not
with that,
intentional,
but that's
but yeah, there you
what
go.
I mean to say is our parks are desolate and only rocks and sand and water.
Then rocks and sand and water. Yeah, you're exactly right. So what is Ark Nova? We are basically building zoos.
That's
Like,
exactly
the name is
what we're
deceiving
doing.
because
Yeah.
you immediately think that we're building an ark, right?
We went on this whole literary adventure trying to figure out what the name
what
is.
the literal translation
but we're
is
building a
of
zoo.
Ark Nova, and how that really relates to building a zoo, but we're not really sure. And we didn't have the energy to go any further than that. So with any case, we're just going to play the game. So like we said, we're building zoos. Take a look at the table. It looks a lot bigger, like landscape-wise, than it seems. So I think that's potentially intimidating, but it really isn't.
It's
an
really
overly
not.
complex game as far as just understanding the core mechanics and sort of getting through it. And you should already know that based on the primer. It should have given you a really good idea of how the turn structure goes, what the cards do, and all that good stuff, right? So for a 2-player game, there's really only a few things we had to do special to set this up. And that's really blocking off some of these conservation project awards,
Right.
As well as some of these donation spaces. So so that's really it. And then we're limited. It tells you where you have 3 and 4 player things that you have to worry about, but otherwise everything else is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But I think that's really, you're going to start us off. You're player 1.
Okay.
And this game just goes. There's like no rounds.
Yeah.
We do stop for breaks, and the only other thing is
Coffee breaks,
you start the break track on the 2 for 2 players, and that's it. When it hits here, we do a break, and then that really doesn't progress the game at all. The break, it just kind of lets you refresh and get some more money.
Well, it's kind of like because we don't have rounds to do things like income and upkeep and all of that, it just gives us an opportunity to do that.
Right,
so.
but it does not progress endgame in any way, shape, or
Right.
form. Before the game started, we each got these sort of endgame objectives that we could go for. We're only going to get to choose one of these. I'll hold these up here. You can hold yours up as well. I won't look. To give you an idea of what we are going for, potentially. Obviously, you're going to have to go for one of these, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll see where this goes. We also started with 8 cards, and we discarded 4 of them, so we have our starting hand of 4 cards.
Yep.
And we are ready to go. We have 1 little worker. Also, everything else is locked up. We randomly put out, you start with animals on 1, but everything else is randomized for each of us.
Yes.
And we are playing with map 0. Map 0 is sort of the intermediary map, not the expert maps. There's the beginner map, map A.
Yeah.
There's the intermediary map, which is map 0, and then there's maps 1 through 8, which are custom,
which are really cool,
asymmetrical with special ability maps, which we didn't want to make this overly complicated, so we kept it simple.
Yes.
But that's it. You just pick an action and start going, and then we'll see how this turns out.
How this shakes out.
Yeah. On this map, there's no on map 0. There's no starting buildings for each of us. On map A, which is like the beginner map, you do start with a size 3 building in the lower left, but now we just have to start a building anywhere along the edge.
Right. Okay. Great. So much to do.
Yeah, not sure what I want to do here either. But,
yeah, I mean, I kind of do. Okay. So I'm going to start off, and again, how this works is these are the 5 actions that we can take. We just pick a card, and the strength of the card is just above it, and that tells us what we can do. So I'm going to take my association action first. So I can perform 1 association task, that's something over here on this board, with a maximum value of X, which is equal to 4 in my case right now. I have 1 little worker guy who's going to go out and do my association stuff. And I'm going to actually go here, so in this middle section where I can potentially hook up with a partner zoo. So looking at a different continent and partnering with a zoo there, and I think I am going to partner with Australia.
Oh, you went right for the association, huh?
I went right in. I went right for it.
Right for it.
That's going to go here, and then what that's going to do is it's going to make any animal that I acquire from Australia $3 cheaper, 3 money cheaper, which is pretty cool. So that's it. So this goes all the way down to 1. These slide over and become a little bit stronger, and it is your turn.
That's
it, folks.
That's really cool. That's really cool of you.
What?
I said that was really cool of you.
That was pretty cool, I think.
So I don't want to play this card.
You're already stuck.
Yeah, I'm just.
I know, it's tough.
I'm not liking how this is going here. I think what I'm going to do.
It hasn't even begun.
It hasn't, but I don't like the way my cards are set up. So I'm going to do an interesting action. So I'm going to play a sponsor card with the maximum level. So I'm not going to play a sponsor card, but I'm going to do the break X with gain X.
Okay.
So I'm going to, X is the power of the card. The card's power 5. So I'm going to gain $5, 5 money, but it's going to do a break of 5. So the break of 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It pushes us closer to break, but it doesn't really affect anything.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
All right, so then this was used, it goes back to 1, and that was my whole turn. Just earn some money.
Okay.
Called in my sponsors.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking maybe I want to build something. Yeah, I think I'll I think I'll go ahead and build. I have a build value of 5 right now, but I think all I really want to build is a petting zoo.
Wow, you're gonna go right for the petting zoo, huh?
Yeah, why not?
All right, so
That's a 3, so I'll do
$2 per space.
yes. So give me 4 back, please. And now this first building can go anywhere, right? Around the outside.
Anywhere on the edge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. And I think, yeah, I think I'll go here. It seems like it should be easy to pick a spot, but you have to be really careful because you might get animals like later on that need to be near certain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't pack them in, then that's no good. Okay. Like this is technically along the edge, right?
Anywhere that's touching an edge space.
It is touching an edge space.
Then there you go. You can't put it there though.
Why?
Because you're covering a level 2 space.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
I
you
thought
don't
I
have
was
a level
gonna.
2 build action.
In my head, I was gonna get that, but that's not how that works.
That's not at all how that works. So you are limited. You cannot build on these 2 spaces until your build card is level 2.
Yeah, but I can build here, and that'll give me a reputation increase of 2 and also $5.
Which the odds are on your second turn in the game, you're most definitely not going to have a level 2 build card.
Yeah, I know. $5, please.
Ah, all right. So you covered up the $5 and you covered up the 2 reputation.
So I almost built that for free, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and you almost cheated too.
I did.
So let's see, what else do we have here? So I'm not going to build. I'm going to take an association task level 4.
Okay.
That's going down here. So I'm going to actually go here and get this card, this university card. So what it's going to do is give me a hand limit of 5 instead of 3. And gain me 1 reputation.
Okay.
And that is it.
I see. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
One, two, three, 4. I actually may do what you did. And I'm going to break for 5 and get $5.
Okay.
And that's going to trigger the break,
Yep,
right?
so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, boom, and we're on the break. And you
Which
get
I get an X
X
for that.
token.
Yes.
So you can boost up one of your
Yep.
actions. You discard down to your hand limit.
Yep.
I have 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
crap.
4 cards.
Oh, shoot. I completely forgot.
With a 5-card limit, so I'm good. Looks like you're losing a card or 2.
I always
there.
take the 5-card limit first, and I didn't this game.
No, you went right for
Crap.
Australia for whatever reason, but that's cool. Yeah, so,
Is that why you were like, oh, this is so
like,
good?
sure, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Whatever.
While she's figuring out what card she wants to burn, if we had any like Venom tokens or ×2 tokens, those would go away. They're not. So you just follow the thing here. We actually now replenish the board, so we bring back our workers. All of the tokens that were spent actually get replenished, so other players have an opportunity to get them.
Yep.
So that's that. We burn the last 2 cards in the offer. The rest of these will slide down.
Yep.
And get cheaper.
Cool.
And then we bring out 2 more. Okay. And then finally, if we had any income available, we would earn that. But
Right.
we're also going to we also get paid.
Yes, except we won't get paid because we don't have any kiosks.
We don't, but we do get paid for where we are on this.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Not reputation.
Or fame or appeal. Sorry.
Appeal track. So
Yeah.
you get 5.
Yep.
And I get 6. So that's your income. So wherever you are on this appeal track, plus buildings being next to kiosks, that also earns you money. So that goes back to 2.
Forgot all about that.
And now it's my turn. That's literally the break. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
simple and straightforward. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and build. Yeah, I'll build. So I'm going to build 1 building with a maximum size of 5. I don't need to build a 5. I'm going to build a 2. And they're $2 per space, so it's going to cost me 4. I'll take $1 change. Take a size 2 building. And I'm going to place it right here. And I'm going to gain 2 reputation points.
Okay.
1, 2. And that's it. Yeah, because you're only allowed to build one building until you get an upgraded
Yeah.
build action, which is kind of lame.
That's
not
correct.
having that. All right.
Okay.
Good go.
Cool. I am going to... It kind of stinks what I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was silly. Okay. So I'm going to do my association action again. And I'm going to come down here and take Asia and put that there. And what that does is I'm covering up this level 2 card, or this level 2 like ticket.
So you can upgrade a card.
So I can upgrade a card. I'm going to upgrade my build card.
Very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an animal. So I'm going to put an animal out. Finally, let's get some animals on this in this zoo. So I'm going to play the European badger. He doesn't have any requirements other than a level size 2 enclosure. And he costs $5. I would get a discount if I had Europe, but I don't. So it's going to cost me the full 5, so I'll pay $5 for him. So he's going to come out. He's going to occupy this, so I flip this over, and now we've got that occupied. I know that's an occupied enclosure. He has a bonus, so he gets, after finishing the current action, you may place your animal's action card, the one I just played, on either the 1 or the 5. Now, obviously, it's going to slide down to 1. I could leave it there, or I could swap it up to the 5 and move everything else. But I don't really think that's valuable at all. But I do get 3 of these points.
Yes, I'll move you up.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So much appeal.
So much appeal. So well, it's a badger, European badger. That's it. That's my whole turn.
All right. And I think I'll go ahead and do my cards. So this is in a 5, so I get 3.
Break 2.
Draw 3 cards and discard 1.
1, 2, 3. So you get to draw them in and then discard.
Oh yes,
1.
Perfect. This is great. Ooh, who do I want? All right, I'll take these 2. Get rid of that monkey. Okay. Your turn.
You good?
Yep.
All right, so you did cards, huh?
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to do cards as well. So it's a break 2. And I will draw, it's a power of 5. So power of 5, I draw 3, keep 1, or I could snap a card.
Yes.
And snapping is just grabbing any card on the table.
Yeah.
Like there's no limitation here. So I'm really trying to think of what I want to do this game.
It's a lot of like later game cards, like a lot of these sponsor cards.
I think I'm going to take this guy.
Okay.
I'm going to snap this guy into my hand.
Okay.
That's the only card I get. And that's my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, I'm going to play animals.
Oh, we're going to put one out, huh?
Animals. Yeah, and in the 5 position, I get to play 2 animals from my hand.
You do.
So I'm going to play these 2, and I'm going to need you to rules lawyer this for me.
Okay.
So I'm playing 2 petting zoo animals. Now, typically when you play them, they count, right? So like if I were to just play an alpaca,
his symbol counts now.
his symbol counts now, right?
Yep.
So if I'm playing
play the
2,
first one. We'll play one at a time.
Okay, so I'll play the alpaca first.
What does it say?
It says gain 3 appeal for each petting zoo animal icon in your zoo.
Right,
so he would
he's
be
worth 3 appeal.
Okay.
You also pays $7.
Yep, he's going to be $7.
And he takes up 1 slot
on
your
my petting zoo. So there he goes. Okay. And then my second is a donkey. He's got the same deal.
Donkey.
He's also going to gain 3 for each petting zoo animal icon in your zoo.
And that is 6 points.
So I get 6 on top of that.
Correct.
Right? Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, the petting zoo icon is that goat head.
Perfect.
And
I also get...
$7.
Yeah, he's going to cost me... Yes, and I'm going to get one of those
Oh, you get an X token.
X tokens.
All right, you have a maximum of 5 X tokens. You can
And
hold.
this is going to come over here.
And you're almost filled up on your petting
My
zoo. You're
cool
only allowed to
petting
have
zoo.
one petting zoo.
You are, I know. Taking care of business.
And that is it. So you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm going to take the association action, power of
Okay.
4. And that is going to be right here. And I'm going to take this university. And that's going to gain me 1 science symbol, 1 lab symbol, plus 2 reputation. So I'm going to go up 2. And I'll resolve that in a second. But for right here, I get to flip over one of my cards, and I will upgrade building. And on my reputation, I passed upgrade a card. So I'm going to upgrade another one, which is going to be cards
Okay.
is now upgraded. So I got 2 upgrades out of that one action. That was
All
good.
right.
And that is it.
Okay. You done?
Yeah, that was my whole turn.
All right. All right, I'm going to build with my fancy schmancy new level 2 building card. So I'm going to build 1 or more different buildings with a maximum total size of 5 and pay 2 per space. But I'm going to pay one of these tokens so that I can upgrade it by 1. Because I want to build a reptile house,
Oh.
which is now available because I have level 2
What
build.
size is the reptile house?
It's a 5.
It's a 5. That would be this thing.
Yes. And I
dog bone.
also want to build a kiosk.
5
Yes.
and a 1. All right,
Yeah.
so you're going to build a kiosk.
And that'll be 2 so I get 3
You
back.
just cannot build 2 of the same building. So the
Exactly.
5 is going to cost you $10.
Yeah, I just gave you 10.
Give me a
didn't I?
5
Oh, here's 10. I thought I also gave you a 10.
plus 2, so
Yeah,
it's
they said give me
12.
3 back.
Okay, yeah, you only gave me a 5.
No.
I was like, what is this?
And I'll take another 5 back because I'm going to cover up this guy.
For do you get to cover up 2?
I'm covering up a
Oh,
5.
you're 5 in addition to the 3 you're getting
Yes.
back. Okay.
There we go. Boom.
You like these special buildings, man.
I do. Last time I went like bird aviary,
Yeah.
but I did reptile house. I usually do the special ones. I like that.
All right, so that's it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, cool. I'm going to play a sponsor card.
Whoa.
Level 5 sponsor, but I only need to play a level 4. I'm going to play a veterinarian into my park.
Okay.
Right? So this just requires a power of 4. So I'm good there. And this guy just supporting a, so when I support a conservation project, it's going to only require 4 level, not 5 for
Okay.
this action for me. Instantly though, depending if I have 1, 2, or 3 universities, I get 2, 5, or $10.
Okay.
I have 2 of them, so I'm going to gain $5
Nice.
for that instant bonus. And this one has an
That's
end game
good.
bonus as
Oh,
well.
cool.
If I have 3 of them, I get to go up 1.
Nice.
So-
That's good.
But he goes in my park now, and he gets me a science symbol, which is nice. So now I have 2.
Well, fancy.
Your go.
Okay. This guy. All right. All right, I guess I'll play this guy. It's gonna cost me everything I have.
What did that cost you? Everything.
Everything.
What are you, Thanos now?
Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play this. This reptile, this animal. So I'm gonna do animals. I'm only gonna build one animal or acquire one animal. I'm not building him. Now the way that this works, I'm building this gold's monitor. And normally he needs an enclosure of 3, but he can actually go in the reptile house where he will take up 2 spots. So he costs, well, I'll go cost in a minute. So he can go here. He takes up 2 spots. I have Australia. So he costs 15, but that's actually going to be reduced by 3. So he's going to cost 12, right?
Yep.
If my math is correct.
That is good math.
So there you go. And he's going to get me 6 appeal. 6. And he's got this action called scavenging. So shuffle the discard pile and draw 2 cards from it. Add 1 to your hand and discard the other.
That's pretty
So
cool.
he's just going to go right there. It's my guy.
Have at it with your discard pile.
I will. All right.
And while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and take my build action.
Okay.
Build one or more different buildings, the maximum total size of 5. Pay 2 per space. So I'm going to build, since I'm upgraded, I'm going to build a large bird aviary, which is this guy.
Ooh.
And that is going to cost me $10, 2 per. It's a size 5 building. So I
You already upgraded 2 cards?
better believe I did.
How'd you do that?
Right here and right there.
Oh.
So I'm going to put this guy right here, and I'm going to cover up this X token to give me an upgrade for that. So I've got my aviary right there. That's it.
This is like one I just got rid of and I drew it back.
Yeah, that's good. Your go. I like my bird aviaries.
I guess I'll take this guy. Okay. It's my turn? Ooh. Yikes. I have sponsors hanging out here in 5, but I don't have any sponsors in my hands.
You can push to break if you take cash money.
Yeah, I'll push to break. I'll take the cash money, the $5.
5 large.
And a token.
And that's going to get you your X token, and it will push the timer up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right to the break. So that gets you the X token. Discard down to 3 cards. If you
I already
will.
have 3.
All right, I only have 3 out of my 5, so I'm good. You kick your workers back. We don't have any of those other special tokens out. Workers come back. We're going to replace. You picked Asia, and I took a
Science,
university. Science. All
Science.
right. And now we have burned the last 2 cards.
Yep.
So we're going to put some more out in the offer.
Okay.
Things are getting
stuff.
cheaper, getting into my range. Ooh, a Wallaboo. A Wallaby. Wallaby. I was like, no, it didn't
is that like your
sound
breeding
right.
program or something?
Maybe.
It's like
we
a caribou
created the
and a wallaby.
Wallaboo crossbred. Yeah. We get our income. So you're going to have 15 plus. Now, every building, every occupied building adjacent to a kiosk is going to earn $1 each. So that's 2. So you're going to get $17. It's good income for you.
Good income.
Yeah,
look at my mass appeal.
I've got $9. That's it.
I'm basically building a kids park.
You are. This
It's like a petting
park.
zoo and like a reptile house.
Yeah, I think you forgot which game you're playing. We're playing Funfair. So that's the last bit that we do. This guy comes back to here, and it is my turn since you ended it.
Yes.
Grabbing that deck of cards. I don't want it. All right, animals. Do I want to play some animals? Or do I want to snipe some cards? Power of 4 cards. That's not bad. I might want to do that. So I'm going ahead and play cards. It's a break 2 to start. So that pushes that timer up. Draw cards within reputation range or from the deck, or snap. You can snap at power of 3 plus now with an upgraded card. So at a power of 4, I can draw 3 and discard 1. It can be in any combination of within my reputation or from the deck. So I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to discard 1. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. That's interesting. I like all these cards. So I think when you draw from the cards, you can discard from your hand, your deck.
Yeah, yes.
Not necessarily, you don't have to do one of the 3.
At least that's how we've always played it. I just knew I wanted the cards in my hand before.
Yeah, I think when it's a card ability that lets you do that, you have to discard from the cards you draw.
Right.
I think that's the difference here. And if it isn't, I'm sure one of you will correct me.
Yes.
Ooh, an Indian cobra.
I like
That's
that
pretty
guy.
cool.
I think I need him.
Okay, well, go for it. He's gonna require you to snap, though.
He has venom.
I think you're gonna require me to snap. All right, your go.
Hypnosis. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna start by building an Animal. Acquiring an animal. Another animal for my reptile house. Yes. I think all I need now is a king cobra, Indian cobra. All right, I'm going to acquire an African spurred tortoise. And this African spurred tortoise costs $22. It's very expensive. It's in high demand. So here's $22. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, he's very expensive and he's very large. He takes up 2 spots in my reptile house.
He's large.
He's large. He's large and in charge. But and I go up 1 on this track. And I get 6 appeal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Park really
6.
does have potato appeal.
It has mass appeal to the
does.
right. To the right. Did you
What?
say potato
Yeah,
appeal?
like potato skins.
Oh, I like potatoes.
Yeah, all right.
So.
They've got big potato appeal.
Okay.
So what else you got?
So he does sunbathing 3. You can sell up to 3 cards from your hand for $4 each.
Oh, all right.
But I don't want to do that. And I only have 2 cards. So
There you go.
okay.
All right, so I'm
Yep.
going to do association. So I'm going to take another one of these guys. But I'm going to come down here. Ooh, this is really...
What are you gonna do?
This is a tough one. I'm going to go here, actually, and I'm going to take the last university. What that's going to do is it's
Wow.
going to upgrade my...
It's gonna go 1, 2.
Boom.
So you now get to pick. You can either upgrade a card, or you can grab another worker
One of my
to make
dudes.
available.
I can grab an extra worker dude, or I can upgrade a card. I'm going to upgrade a card.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to upgrade animals.
Okay.
Boom.
Sounds good.
That's my action.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Okie doke. I am also going to do an association action. But my association action is going to be to go here. And I'm going to contribute to a conservation project. This conservation project
Oh, your
that
own.
has to do with reptiles. The reptile breeding program. So this is going to go up here. This is now available for us to use. It requires 1 reptile and a partner zoo of the same continent. So I have this Gold's Monitor, if you recall, from Australia,
Yeah.
which I'm also a partner of the Australian Zoo. So I get to take one of these cubes now and put them on my reptile breeding program.
Yes, you do.
So, oh, interesting. I think I'll do this one.
Oh, get your little dude.
Get my extra guy. So you can come up here. You always take him from the bottom. And then contributing to that also gets me 2 conservation points and 2 reputation. So a bunch more stuff is about to happen right now. So I go 1, 2. I'll resolve that in a second. And I also go up 1, 2 here, which allows me to also flip a
You
card.
can upgrade 2 cards.
I can upgrade 2 cards, or I could take another guy, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to just upgrade 2 cards and leave it. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
so
the whole action.
let me decide which cards I want to upgrade, and you can just.
While you
kinda
do
your
that, I'll
turn.
take my turn. What I'm going to do here is do an animal, right? So I can play animals cards from my hand or from within my reputation range. And now when I play this at a power of 5, I get to play 2 animals, but I also get a reputation point just for playing this card at level 2.
That's good.
Automatic, just for doing that. So I'm automatically going to go up 1 rep, which is cool. I'm going to now play 2 animal cards. I just have to decide which ones make the most sense here. Ooh, this guy is so redonkulous. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, I like him, but I'm not going to play him yet. So I'm going to play... How much? I have enough money. I'm going to play both of these cards. So I'll start by playing this Secretary Bird. So
Secretary.
yes, he's going to go into my aviary, and he takes up 1 slot, right? And he's going to cost, because he would either go into a 4-size enclosure or 1 slot in an aviary. So he's going to go in the aviary. He's going to cost me $14. So let's just say there's $14. I'll take my change back. My next bird I'm going to play is a marabou. And now he actually gives me 4 points. I gotta do this. 4 points on the
appeal.
Yeah, appeal, and then one of the
these.
The green,
Conservation
conservation points, right? The next one is a $10 bird, which I've got $10 here, and it's the marabou, and he's going to earn me 4 appeal.
Okay. Mass appeal.
Yep, and he has a scavenging 2, which means shuffle discard pile and draw 2 cards from it, and add 1 to your hand and discard the other.
Okay.
So I will do that. That's the end of that action. You can go while I'm getting my hand here sorted.
I'm thinking if I want that Indian cobra, he's got. Well, I can't see it. What is that icon on there?
Which one?
The venomous.
Oh, that's
one.
venom.
But that only see, we're past that thing where it does affect us. Though,
Yeah,
right?
you will put venom on one of my actions, and it will cost me $2 per turn. That I don't use that action.
Right. But I couldn't bring him in anyway right now because I don't have the science capacity at the moment. I just don't know if it's worth spending my whole card break action to snap him. Maybe it is.
These are both.
Because I could draw 4 and discard 1.
All right.
Oh wow, the diversity researcher. You can cover water and rock spaces.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Ignore all requirements for water and rock spaces. Wow, that's really good. Gain 2 for each water and rock icon. Ooh, I don't have any water and rock icons. But you do get them at the end for the pair. That's pretty good. And you need to have a level 2 sponsor to play that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take cards. So I'll draw.
Let's break 2. And you get to draw 4 cards
From either the reputation range or the deck.
That's correct,
right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna take this one for 1. And then I'll take 3 more from the deck.
1, 2, 3. And you get to keep.
Thank you.
You have to just discard 1 card.
And that card can be the card from my hand.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Huh. I'm only getting rid of 1, right? Okay. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah, I'm getting rid of this one. This is one of those ones with like a max 25.
Yeah,
We're so
that's-
close. And I'm like,
oh, well, you are,
no.
not me.
Well, I am. You can have that, monkey.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, at this point, I think we've played well half an hour at least of
Yes.
of the game, and you got to see a lot of. I know probably most of you are like, or some of you at least are going to be like, no, we want to watch every single thing.
I know.
But you know, we're staying true to what we've been doing, and we're gonna
Yes.
skip ahead
Yep.
till late game, till we're just about to end it. So we'll be probably a few turns before we end it. But as we get closer to game end, we'll get to that point. We'll finish the game. We'll do final scoring with you all, and then we'll talk about the game.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
absolutely. And I'm excited because when you guys come back, we're going to have like a lot more stuff.
There should be a
going
lot
on
more
and-
going on in these maps because when this
and
game ramps
it's
up,
very exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ramps up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in a few.
All right.
All right, folks. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
It's been a long time. So we definitely progressed. I mean, it doesn't actually. If you look at my board, it really doesn't look like I progressed all that much from the
Yeah.
size of my
Right.
zoo. Mainly because I went heavy on birds. Just to kind of recap where we are, right? So
Yeah.
I filled my aviary. So I had 5 birds. I only have 4 in my zoo right now because so that means I could take one of these out. I released a bald eagle to the wild, right?
Yeah.
As part of a Yosemite National Park conservation project. I released a size 4+ bird.
Yes.
So that was good. Mostly that's it. I only have one predator, a bunch of birds, a couple of projects, but otherwise that's my whole zoo.
Okay. Yeah, and I have I finished my petting zoo and my little reptile park completely, and excuse me, I have a barred owl hut, which is pretty cool, and a bunch of sponsored projects. I did build the aviary as well, which I'm looking to fill, and I just have a 4 enclosure with like a wolf in it. That's it.
That's good. Yeah, so we've got kind of a mishmash thing. So I went bird heavy so far, and that's really where I'm at. I think I built my venture playground, and that's really it.
Okay, cool. All right, but we've got work to do. We're very close to finishing this off.
Oh yeah. So you could see, I'm at 37. What is that? I always forget the name of that.
What?
The victory point.
It's your I always call it fame, but it's actually your I remember. No, I can't. I'm having a brain.
I think it
fart
starts
now.
with an F, but it's your appeal, right?
Yeah, your appeal.
So that's where I'm at. I'm at 37 appeal, and I'm like right here on this conservation track. So once these two guys meet, whenever they both shall meet, that's when the game ends. And then yours,
Twain shall meet.
you're at like 57
I'm
appeal.
actually closer than it looks.
Yeah,
but
and you're over there on the conservation track.
Yes.
But conservation points go quick.
They do.
So we are ready to go. It's your turn.
Okay. Yes, it is.
And where are we heading?
Cool. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the African ostrich because I feel like time is
Of the essence.
of the essence. Actually, you know what I should do before I do that? Hoping that we have enough. Well, I was gonna say hoping that we have enough time, but I could still do this. That would reduce my cost a little bit. I have this animal expert, so I could do my sponsors first. Play a sponsor card. He's a 4. This is a 3. So I don't
You'd
want
have
to
to
do
boost
that.
him.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that. So I'll just go ahead and I'm going to pay full price for my ostrich. There's $20.
$20. Well, that's an expensive ostrich.
He is expensive and he is big. He takes up so much space. He takes up 4 spaces in my bird
in your
aviary. Yeah,
so
so I've got I have a vulture in there and an ostrich. So
that's going to be one fed vulture.
it is.
If those ostriches ever go down.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. My bird aviary is completely full.
That's 8 points for you, by the way.
But that's 8 points.
1, 2,
which is
3,
great.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And because it's a bird and I have a barred owl hut, I get to draw 2 cards from the deck, keep 1 and discard the other.
All right, well, there's 2 cards from the deck.
Thank you.
And is that it for your...
That's it for my action, I think. Hold on a second. I might want to build one more animal.
That was only a power of 2, so you only get to build 1 animal with the power of 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So unless you want to boost it,
That's okay.
I'll let you take that back and boost it.
No.
You good?
Yep.
All right. I am also going to do an animal action. I'm going to boost it, though, to a 5. Reason being because I want to get the hat bonus, which is going to give me another conservation point. The reputation bonus. But I'm going to play the Asian elephant. Now, he's a size 5 animal that requires water. He's $33, but I do get an Asia discount.
Okay.
So he's only going to be $30, and I have $30 right here. He's
about
massive.
that?
He also requires an upgraded animals card to play, and he also requires, like I said, a 5. And I have a 5 pen right here next to water. So we are going to flip that. Oh, man, I messed my whole zoo up. All right, so there he is. He's living in that giant enclosure. He is going to give me 1 point in conservation. He's also going to give me 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 appeal. I'm like literally.
If you
Draw 2 final scoring cards and keep 1, discard the other. That's his bonus.
2 final scoring cards.
Yep.
That's great.
Yep, so I will draw those 2 cards.
Oh, he's expensive too.
He is very expensive, so I just paid for him.
That's great.
Paid through the teeth for him.
Is he didn't build any predators.
No, and that's unfortunate.
For you. All right, I'm going to do
So I'm going to draw
sponsors.
these.
Even if you end it, I still get another turn, right?
do, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do sponsors.
1, 2.
Play 1 sponsor card from your hand. Oh, I still can't do him. Hold on a second. Slow down here. Yeah, see, the problem is I don't have time to do what I need to do here. And why are these guys here? Did we not break?
No, they've been there. Because we took actions. You took the Asia action. We haven't braked in a while.
We haven't break.
We haven't taken cards and we haven't actually done any sponsor actions. So if you don't take cards and you don't do sponsor actions, like you won't break. You won't break.
Yeah.
You won't break me.
You won't break. Interesting. Okay. The thing is, I know this is going to end like very quickly. And I need to play a very important card right now. But my association card's like way down here. I need to play one of these contribution things. But I can't like waste my tickets that I need. You know what I mean?
But you have ticket.
But I have ticket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can't let that go.
$10 left. Oh, what to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do this. Crap. Because even if I took us to a break, which I don't think I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as low as I could get, it's like down to 6. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't really worth it. All right. I'm so unhappy about this. All right. I'm just gonna play this card thing. So I'll draw 4 and discard 1. Maybe I'll get something good. I'll just take off the top of the deck.
My move's going to be actually pretty easy. I'm just going to do a sponsor for $4 and take a break.
And take a break?
Well, 4 breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't trigger break. It's just giving me $4.
Hold on a second. Let me see. That, no. 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 And no, I can't really play any of these, so I might as well just do that. All right. So I am going to, I'm going to do an association action. I'm going to spend 2 of these because I need to get up there to the top. And I'm going to place 2 of my guys here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I already have a guy there.
Correct.
And I'm going to get rid of this because I'm going to put this out. Low mountain range. Release 1 bird into the wild.
Oh, and that's a good one.
It's a good one. See, that's why I was so frustrated.
Oh, I should do that one.
What? What do you mean? You're not going to do that one.
I can't release a bird into the mountain range?
No, because you don't have enough stuff. Stop trying to mess up my... Oops, I'm like standing up. I'm just like... I'm a mess. Okay. I'm going to release my giant African ostrich back out into the wild.
Wow. Into the low mountain range?
Out he goes. Okay. He's taking up too much space.
That's going to give you 5 shields.
Bye. Yeah, can you
big,
move me up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, look at that.
I know. I mean, it's...
You have to put a token on there now.
I will. And I guess I should put this one so that I get another shield.
Get the shield. All right.
Your
Good?
turn. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to just do simply... I don't know if I want to wait another
You said I get to
turn.
take all these off of here, right? Because he's living in this bird house?
Yeah, he's gone, so you can get rid of his... he's no longer taking up space.
Like, what?
So, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just... Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just go do a level 3 association move.
Okay.
Go here, take Australia here, and that's going to give me 1, 2. Being that I crossed, that triggers endgame. I'm going to make a $7 donation while I'm at it. That will give me 1 more. And that is my last final turn.
Okay, so I get another turn.
You do.
I better make it count.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I guess this is probably going to be the best. Now I can play my expert in large animals and get, but I got rid of my bird, so that's not great. I only have 2 large animals. That's over a value of 4. Which is only going to get me 4 points. Or I could build an animal or within reputation range. What do I have? Spider monkey, lesser flamingo. But I don't have a den for him though, or an enclosure for either of these actually.
That's true.
So that's unfortunate. I have this red kangaroo.
You have no enclosures at all.
I have no money. Well, he's a flock animal, so he could share.
But you don't have an herbivore out there at all.
I know. I just have like reptiles. I was really hoping to get like a reptile bonus or something, but fortunately, I did not. Yeah, and I don't have, unfortunately, 5 supports of conservation projects. But I could still put this out. It's going to benefit me to have another sponsor card. But not as much as it would benefit me to have a bunch of points, unfortunately. I can't really play any of these. No good. All right, I'll just play this. So you can be done. Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right. So we'll do this. Global breeding program. So what this would normally do is allow me to place 2 tokens on this card. And when I support a base conservation project, which is one of these, I could discard 1 token as any icon. So I could like boost, what I mean, one of these. But obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. And then I gain at the end game 1 reputation for 5 supports of conservation projects, which I did not do. I only supported 3.
You mean conservation point?
Conservation.
Not reputation.
Projects. Yeah, not reputation.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is a sponsor card, so I'll just keep it.
That's it.
All right, so that's it. That's
Yeah.
anticlimactic for my last turn.
That was the last turn, yeah. So we got to move into final scoring here. So
I don't like this at all.
let's get ready for the final. I'll get the
All
book.
right, cool.
All right, so we are doing final scoring. I've got the book just in case. Want to make sure we don't mess anything up. So basically, we're going to score up our scorecards.
Yes.
Right? Because the game ended, we're going to do scorecards, and then we're going to do final victory points. And it's actually really easy. I don't know why I need the book.
Yeah, it's like very
So we have our final scorecards, right?
Yeah, you have 2
I
of
ended
them.
up getting a second one because of my
Lame.
elephant. So let's score yours up first. What do you got?
I got nothing. I got 1.
Gain 1.
I gain these conservation points for sponsor cards in my zoo. And I don't know why, like an idiot, I took another sponsor card thinking I needed 4. but I need 6 to get to
Oh
2.
my God.
So this was like very difficult, this one. So I only get 1 stupid point.
1.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it. It's literally all of my endgame
So the first one is favorite zoo. I gain conservation points for the reputation I have. So at 6, 9, 12, or 15. I missed 12 by 1, so I got 9. I get 2 points. 1, 2. I've also got the naturalist zoo, and this is basically gain conservation points for empty building spaces in your zoo.
Such a cheater, this
So
one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
That's lame.
So I didn't get the
That's
max.
lame.
I got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3.
That's so lame.
So the way this works is you take the lowest score
Yeah.
in that green section, 22, and you subtract it from where you were.
Yes.
45 minus 22 is 23 points.
All right. I got like negative points, so I lost terribly.
73 from 65.
Yeah. You don't have to highlight it. I got negative points. Mister, I didn't even try this game.
All right, so that's how this game shakes out.
All right.
Let's go talk about
All
this
right.
one. Okay, so you got to see how the Ark was made. Not
I
really.
guess, right?
It should have been called Park Nova.
I know. We were
That's
talking about
another
that today. We were trying to figure out the name, so.
Yeah, I was like, you're creating an animal park, really. And
Yes.
you're doing all these conservation projects, you're doing all that stuff, so it's more of a park than an Ark. I don't know, maybe somebody will explain someday.
Yeah.
And it'll all make sense.
But what did you think of this one? I mean, I already kind of
let's
know
put
what
it this
you
way.
think of it,
There's been so much hype about this game.
Yeah.
And everybody just praising how wonderful it is. And, oh my God, we need to play Ark Nova. And I'm going to post pictures with Ark Nova.
And I can't find Ark Nova.
Yeah, and I can't find it anywhere. And here's Ark Nova on my table. Like, it's just everything Ark Nova. So whenever a game is like that, I always get a little bit defensive,
Right.
in a way that I want to make sure that I don't get too overly excited, because there's been too many times that
Yeah.
people hype up a game and for me it falls flat. And
I think it happens like
honestly,
almost every time.
Dune Imperium is one of those
Yeah.
games. Like,
Right.
honestly, like everybody hype to this day, people hype that game up, and I'm just like, meh. It just, to me, I don't know, nothing about that game
Right.
makes me like, ooh, this is the best game ever. So in any case, maybe I need to give it more time, but either way, I digress. With this game, we wanted to go into it, and people kept talking about terraforming Mars. So you try not to get any, information that's going to sort of make you biased about it.
Yeah.
So you try not to listen to these things.
I didn't trust any of it.
But you can't help it. So you just ignore it and you just play the game. So long story short, we played the game for the first time. Within 10 minutes, I was like, I like this game
Yeah.
a lot.
I know. I said the same thing.
So I get the hype, because it really is. Well, let's put it this way. Let's start with this way.
Okay.
It is definitely a lot like Terraforming Mars in the way it uses its cards.
Okay.
Maybe not the actions so much, but the cards, the actual animal cards.
Right.
Imagine those are project cards. The iconography, having certain symbols in order to play other projects, very, very similar. Instead of terraforming Mars, you're building a park, right? Like, so there's a lot of synergies between the two. And the tableau building, in my opinion, is very reminiscent of terraforming Mars. That's my part. So
Okay.
you tell me your part.
Yeah, it is very similar, and it was funny because I didn't really hear anybody say that.
I've seen it posted.
But I know that you have seen it, and I would agree with that. Now, going back to kind of what my expectations were with this, I was expecting a tile placement zoo game, which this is, but I think I was thinking it was going to be much lighter. So when you started seeing people posting about this and playing it, and you're looking at the information about the game, the playtime and stuff, and you're like, this is like a 2-hour game. Like, what are we doing for 2 hours? I was intrigued a little bit more because we've been playing a lot of like tile placement games, and not that they're bad, but it just wasn't something that I was not expecting to like this as much as I do. I played miserably this game. I blame it on the fact that, I don't know, I have allergies and I'm like 30-something weeks pregnant. So, but the interesting thing about it, though, is that it's a tableau builder, which I love. Even like your actions, you're upgrading and excuse me, you're upgrading your actions. That's part of your tableau too, because it's like the strength of your actions essentially.
Yeah.
But the thing that was different and challenging for me is that your scoring is very different in this game. So I think even like in Terraforming Mars, I felt like you got more of a return on like the sets and stuff that you were sort of building because you were getting like resources and things like that.
It was making your buildings cheaper. Like very cheap, and it
very
was
cheap, almost
stacking.
like too cheap.
Yeah, it would stack, where this doesn't stack.
This doesn't stack at all. This is like pretty much, for the most part, you get your animals in your zoo and then you forget about them.
Right.
Like they're just there. You use the icons. Your sponsor cards, so your blue cards, might give you something like I had this owl thing that, that gave me bonuses.
Passive bonuses, yeah.
We were getting birds, or if I was getting birds into my zoo. So those you have to kind of remember what to do with. But it's nice though, because I think it's more accessible that way, because you aren't really worrying as much about am I covering this card and that card and whatever, but you still get the satisfaction of like, I'm building this zoo. I was so bummed that, and it's my fault because I kind of went after, I was like, I'm going to build a reptile house. Isn't that fun? For no reason other than the fact that I wanted to just thematically build a reptile house.
Right.
I should have probably gone a very different route with how I was going about building things. I should have probably not trying to go out after birds, because you wiped up all the birds just the same way that you wiped up all the herbivores the last time we played. So basically whatever I'm starting to build, he's like, okay, I guess I'll take all
I'm going to scoop every bird out there.
But in any case, it's you still, like, you can pivot and change your plan, and you're not like trapped. Like, you never feel during this game, I think, that you're like stuck in a corner. You can always do something. But just thematically, this is like the first time in a while that we've been playing something that I feel like we're actually doing something. Like, I feel like I'm actually building a zoo over the course of a couple hours. And that was really, really refreshing for me. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
And I did too. I think 10 minutes into this game, it was like probably like the second round of the first game we played. I'm like, okay, I really like this game.
Yeah, she was sold. Like, as soon as we
sold.
started playing it, she saw the cards, how they interacted, how the actions worked. She was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. This is like, I'm in, right?
Yeah.
To the point where this is probably the best game we've played this year.
I said that this morning. I was like,
I agree with that.
This is my favorite game I've played so far this year, and I can say that with confidence.
Hands down, this is our number one game for 2022.
So far.
It's early in the year. It's not even end of Q2 yet. So there's a lot more games to play.
Yeah.
But we've played a lot of games this year. We've definitely played a lot of games this year.
But it just hit all the marks for me. I mean, everything from, like, we were talking about the photos, which are clearly photos that were turned into drawings or something, because
it's
they're
weird.
so good.
There's definitely filters on these photos that make them look like they're drawn, but they're definitely not drawn.
Yeah.
These are photos where you like run one of those filters that makes it look like an artist drew it, kind of.
Or whatever they did.
But it's
it
beautiful.
Looks really, really nice.
Yeah, it's classy. So wherever they got these stock photos from, kudos to that.
The iconography is like very easy to understand. You're placing your tiles, but it makes sense. You're not just kind of placing stuff randomly. Like, the theme is completely integrated here, which I really enjoy.
And you feel it. Like, it really, everything feels like thematic.
My only criticism, if I may, about the theme,
yes, you may.
Right, is this whole thing about getting rid of animals, and also, like, we didn't come across them in this particular game, but there are like flock animals, for example, where, like, if you already have an herbivore in an enclosure, you can add more flock animals to that enclosure. But because you don't track which animals are in which flipped over enclosure, you saw us do a lot of like reptile house, bird house, that kind of thing. But your normal basic enclosures, you're just flipping them when you get one animal in there. So even if you have an animal that needs an enclosure of 2 and you use an enclosure of 4, you've now wasted that enclosure.
Yep.
But how the game plays though is if you have, let's say, an herbivore that's already in an enclosure, it's like even if you put that herbivore in an enclosure of 2 originally, if you have a flipped over 4, you could say they're sharing, I guess. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, like in the book they tell you, like, you don't need to keep track of which enclosure which animal's
right.
in. And that, to me, that's a little disconnected.
Yes.
It's probably it's impossible to do that without, like, leaving markers on them.
Exactly.
And I get that.
But that, I would say, thematically for me, that's my only criticism.
And it's small
criticism.
criticism.
It's very small. It doesn't, like, mess up the game or anything like that. But
I did want certain scenarios are gonna. You're like, okay, how do I undo this?
How do I make this work? Yeah.
Yeah. Do I flip this tile back and make it available or not? I don't know. But otherwise, everything else is tight.
The other thing though is that, like, to that point, I think it speaks to the fact that you're like it is about getting animals into your zoo, but it's really more about zoo management.
Yeah.
And so it's more about like optimizing all of your moves and trying to get as much as you can done in one turn, you know, and like really I'm, you know, all the way down on this track. And then after one move, you're like, I've covered up this, which gives me this many points, and it moves me up this track, which then moves me over there. And so that to me was like, that's always really satisfying.
Yeah, it has that.
You see your engine rolling.
That Euro feel where you can kind of like get a bunch of things, right?
Right.
Where one move will earn you a bunch of different things, and it just, you know, it has this whole like domino effect on a bunch of actions, and I think that's very rewarding.
But it's not every turn.
It's not every turn,
which is also good.
But you'll set these things up, and the game allows you to set up these big moves on certain turns, and I think that's the joy of it. And there's so many cards. There's over 212 cards.
Yes.
These animal cards, and they're like all different. And
I need to see the rest.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
To go through so many different types of animals, and it's just every time we play this,
it's different.
Different animals come out, so you almost have to build a different park every time. I think that's where the variability comes in. Plus, you've got all those the 8 different asymmetric player boards, which is all unique. They all have special abilities, and so there's so many ways you can play this game.
Yeah.
You can even play it solo. Like, it's just ridiculous how much game is in this box.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
It really is.
And beautiful. Like, there's just, I mean, I can't, aside from just the little bit of weird disconnection between the animals and the enclosures, I think everything else about this game is just.
This is another one of those ones where, like, again, we've been playing this for hours, and I didn't play well. But like, I just want to reset it and try.
Yeah, you want to try it, and it's
I'm
a
like,
long
can I just
game.
try again? Like,
yeah, like no, this is a long game.
You know.
I thought it would be neat if you could retheme this as like a dinosaur park, like Jurassic Park. I think it would be really cool.
That would be very cool.
You know what I mean? Like the herbivores and carnivores, and you're like building enclosures, but actual like Jurassic Park enclosures and like security things. Like that's for the sequel, like part 2.
You know, I don't know. The map is kind of, you know, ready for it.
It's ready for it. That would be a huge, just an expansion that turns it into a dinosaur park.
Yeah,
that
would be a dinosaur park game I would play.
That would be, because I think that would be the dinosaur park game to rival all dinosaur park games.
Yeah.
Hands down, that would be the winner. That would win.
Like print a bunch of cards, right?
That would win the game. Yeah. That would win it all.
And the day.
And then win the day, for sure. But that's it. I think we've rambled on enough about this game.
Obviously we like it. So
top tier.
Yeah.
Absolute must-have if you can get your hands on it.
That's the other thing.
This is definitely one for the collection. 100,000%. You need to own this game.
Yeah, well, definitely. 100%. 100%.
So,
okay.
All right, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the playthrough. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you.